Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Forrest out in St. Louis. Happy Saturday, happy Saturday, happy Saturday. Got a quick one for you tonight. Why? Because it's been a fun and exciting week. Worked my butt off. I'm going to do this Facebook Live. I'm going to share some awesome tips with you. And then I'm going to go chill and watch a movie. So hopefully everybody's okay with that. Make sure you tell me again, my name is Forrest Knight. For those of you that don't know me, I'm a social media marketing strategist and coach. I love helping people succeed online, making an impact, and being a legacy creator on a mission to have no more empty refrigerators. Hey, Rhonda, thanks for swinging by. So I'm going to go through these relatively quick tonight. I think I'll add some value here. Like I said, I'm gonna take a little bit of break. I'm gonna go hang out with my wife and watch a movie here in just a little bit. Do some chill time. Had an absolutely crazy, awesome week. So I'm going to talk about 8 power habits of a winner. And one of the reasons I want to do this is because a lot of us, and I'm saying everybody, a lot of us have a tendency to get into stinking thinking. And so what I'm going to do is just throw these out here and maybe get this thinking right, because I know there's certain words that I don't use. One of them is the C word. I do not use the C word. I actually think I slipped up yesterday and said it, and I was like, had to like go pray and meditate and do push-ups and stuff because I said the C word. It's basically the C word that ends with a T and has an A and an N in the middle. And I just don't use that word because I don't believe it serves us. A couple of other things that I noticed over the last couple of days is using the words of like low production. There's production, period. And you can have a day where you don't do as much work, but a low production day versus a high production day, to me, that's a self-sabotaging way of thinking. So showing up every day, doing our mission, doing what we're supposed to be doing, reaching out to people, asking them if they're open to our opportunity is how we're going to win in this network marketing industry. Right now, there are thousands and there's millions, if not hundreds of thousands of people that are looking for a side hustle, a side gig. So we need to take all of this ish out of it and make sure we focus. So I'm going to go over these with you really quick. While you're checking in here, tell me what part of the country you're trying in. It was a little cool today. I actually had to go wrangle up a heater. I've got to go downstairs and clean out the fireplace tomorrow and get that going. So let's jump into these 8 habits of winners. And I do this all the time on a regular basis. These habits help me enroll customers every day. I think I enroll like 15 customers today. For those of you that don't know me, I'm a customer enrolling freaking beast, and I'm not saying that to brag. I just got really good at it. So, of course, I'm working on the team building side and the prospecting and team building. So that's an area that I'm going to work on. And for me, I know that's just going to take me reaching out to a whole lot more people. Customers is an easier transition for me to do. Again, that's just me. So, number one in these habits is you've got to stop playing safe. And like I said, one of these things I picked up from Ray here this last week is we've got to be unreasonable if we're going to make a huge impact. And Danbury, Connecticut. Hey, Mary, thanks for swinging by. Hey, Suzanne, thanks for swinging by. Hey, Rhonda, I think I said hi. So we've got to stop playing small. We've got to play really big. We've got to be unreasonable if we're going to just kick butt and take names. I want to see what I'm tracking for time here. I'm at 3:52. I'm at 4 minutes. I want to get this in right around 10 minutes. So I'm going to go through these fast. For those of you that want the whole list, shoot me a private message. I'll definitely get those over to you. So 1, hold yourself powerfully. What does that mean? Hold yourself powerfully. Your posture, your facial expressions, the space that you take up profoundly yet subtly shapes how you feel emotionally and how words come out of your mouth. First up, stand up, sit up tall, shoulders back, and a light smile on your face and plenty of eye contact. So when you're talking to people, make sure you look at them. Now, a way to get that out so they don't freak out is just like look slightly above their eye or slightly below their eye, but just somewhere in here if you're looking at people. If you're talking to the camera, of course, talk to the camera when you're doing this. And I know sometimes on iPads, the camera's off to the left or the right, so make sure you look at the little dot. Will help you out. To amplify your presence, it will ensure that your words that you say come out in a way that have an optimal impact as you use them. Reframe forward. Number 2, reframe forward. Instead of expressing yourself in terms of what you cannot do, reframe your language in ways that express forward, movement. In other words, instead of saying, I can't even say the word, the I-C word, I don't, I won't, I want, I need, say I can, I am, I will, I choose, I have, I love, I create, I'm powerful, I move ahead, I take name, I kick butt, I take names, however you want to say that. Keep moving forward. Hey, Penny, thanks for swinging by. Number 3, avoid absolutes. Avoid absolutes. I'm guilty of this. Instead of saying they are complete idiots, say there's things, they think about things differently than I do. I wonder what they see that I don't. I'm going to interject here. Well, I'm going to keep going because the thought's sort of floating around and I'm going to keep going. Instead of saying no one around here ever listens to a word I say some people don't listen to me. I wonder how I can speak in a way that makes others want to pay more attention. When you use a how sentence, when you use how can I do this? How can I get better? How can I prospect more people? How can I become a better recruiter? How can I get more customers? When you put a how in there, it creates a creative gene. In other words, when I have this bookcase behind me that I built from a door, the first thing that jumped into my head is how can I turn that door into a bookshelf so I can put my books on it, right? And my brain went to work. The same thing with this desk that I have here. It's got a butcher block top. It's got a cool shelf. It's got some iron pipes up on it. So my brain went into work. It's like, how can I take this butcher block top, turn it into a really cool desk that looks sort of artsy? And I got out my tape measure. I started measuring, figured out where I needed to put things, and put some power plugs on the back. And I went to work because I asked the question, how? How can I do this? How do I recruit more people? How do I prospect more people? For those of you that saw my training inside the virtual experience Rank Makers group, hopefully I put a system in there for you that makes it easier for you to reach out to people. I've seen the messages coming back, man, I reached out to 15 people in 5 minutes. I reached out to 30 people in an hour. And they're going a lot faster because I put a system in place that took away some of the excuses to make that work. So ask the question, how? Number 4, don't apologize for your opinion. Many people, particularly women, will preface their opinion with apologies or something else that minimizes the chance of ruffling feathers. If that's you, stop. You don't have to apologize for having an opinion. Just express yourself. So when you're reaching out, when you're prospecting out and putting those messages of hope in people's inbox, don't come from a weak position. Don't say, oh, this sounds weird, or this might sound funky, or I hope you don't take this the wrong way. Don't say any of that. I'm reaching out to you. I know we don't know each other. I'm expanding my business. I was wondering if you'd like to take a look at what I'm doing. If not, absolutely okay, no big deal. Don't put in a lot of fluff in there. That's weak power words, are not weak power words. That are words that don't have power. Like, oh, I hope I'm not interrupting you. I hope I'm not bothering you. Hope this doesn't seem weird. Saying that makes it seem really weird, right? That makes it really weird. Number 5, shelve the shoulds. The word should sounds harmless enough. However, as I wrote most recent book, Make Your Mark, which I'm going to go read that book now, what often lies beneath it is an unconscious, unhelpful social expectations, bias, and rules. So rather than use the word should, which carries a judgment of better or worse, use the word could and insert the alternative option that aligns with your personal desires. For instance, instead of saying, I should have everyone over for the 4th of July, say, I could invite everyone here, or we could go out instead. So instead of being absolutes, which is very cool. Number 6, express commitment. Stop freaking trying. Make a commitment to do a live every day. Make a commitment to prospect every day. Make a commitment to follow up every day. I recently called my daughter Maddie, who into a new voicemail. I'm just reading this here. Please leave your message and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. I left her a message. Update your recording, honey, and remove the word try. Saying I will try to do something provides an excuse for not doing it. So just say I'm going to do it. I'm going to call you back, right? I'm going to leave a message. I'm going to follow up with you tomorrow. When you have absolutes, it actually provides power. So when you send a message to somebody and you tell them and they respond back and you send your presentation to them and they say they're going to watch it, your next one should be an absolute positive message that says, hey, I'm going to send you this video. We've got a follow-up schedule for 7 o'clock. I'm going to follow up at 6:15 with a text message to verify that we're still on for 7 o'clock. If something happens between now and then, if you watch your presentation and it's not for you, get back to me and let me know so I can fill that follow-up spot with somebody else. That's posturing, right? We're not begging, we're not seeming desperate and that kind of stuff. Absolutely, consistency is the key. Number 7, limit the labels. Limit the labels. Labels create a subconscious mental boundary that confuses or confines. Labeling yourself as lazy. Oh, please, please, please take the freaking labels off. You are powerful. You want to put a label on yourself, label yourself as powerful, successful, a game changer. Put some power words in front of that. Pathetic with money or terrible networker. Quit saying that. Say I'm horrible at getting customers, because you're telling yourself that. Say I'm a great customer getter. I get customers all day long. I'm a great recruiter. I'm a great prospector. I kick butt and take names. I know how to do this business. I work at this business. I'm successful. I'm powerful. That's the stuff. And it may sound like a bunch of fake words, but you can lie to your brain all day. That's anorexic. People that have anorexia look in the mirror and they tell themselves that they're overweight, even though they're not, right? They're telling themselves that. They're not overweight by any sense of the mean. Matter of fact, they're malnutrition and just about to die because they don't eat enough. So you can lie to your brain as much as you want to move yourself forward until you can take action. If you make a commitment to show up and be consistent, trust me, you're going to come up with creative ways to come up with titles to do a Facebook Live every day. If you really want to make an impact, and I said this yesterday, you need to do Facebook Lives every day. I'm just going to leave that out there. That's my personal opinion. I'm sticking to it. Rephrase problems as opportunities. We all have problems. What differentiates, say that word 40 times backwards, the most successful people in how they approach them. You got a bad boss? That's an absolute. Rephrase opportunities. What a wonderful opportunity to develop your ability to manage up. Got a lot on your plate? What a great opportunity to prove your ability to delegate, prioritize, and develop efficiency. When you change the way you describe your problems, it opens up a whole new avenue of dealing with them. Instead of this is a nightmare, say this is an interesting challenge, and you will be more easily to it'll make it easier for you to approach. We live in a language, right? It's how we talk to ourselves. It's what we tell ourselves on a regular basis. I tell myself every single day I love my wife, and I tell my wife that I love my wife. So for me, it's anchoring that into that heartstring. So when you start to anchor those words, I love my business, I love what I do, I love network. There we go. I'm back. So for those of you that would like this article, just send me a private message. I'll get it over to you. One of the things that I would challenge you to do is to sit down and write out what your product does, not what it is. I went through this conversation in an inbox the other day, and they've been doing the business for about 10 years, and they kept telling people what the product is. You need to know what your product does for somebody. If you understand what the why is, what problem that your product solves for somebody else, it's going to change the language in how you speak to people, in terms of how you communicate to them, how you prospect with them, and how you follow up, because you understand what problem you're solving for somebody, right? Thinking about it as a brain surgeon. If a brain surgeon came in and was going to operate on your brain because you had a tumor, he'd have to understand why that tumor got there, and he needs to understand how to remove it, right? So when he understands everything that happened to cause that tumor, it's going to give him a better opportunity to go in and remove the tumor. So the same thing is that when it comes to networking, you need to make sure that you understand what your product does to solve a problem, not what it is, not how it works, not how it grows, not what it looks like. Nobody cares what the ingredients are. How does it make me feel? How does it make your customer feel? How is it going to change their life? Is it going to give them more energy? Is it going to make them look sexier? Is it going to help them lose weight? Is it going to help them save money? What problem will that product solve? And when you understand that, these 8 power words that I just talked about are a way to think. Is going to change the entire way you talk to yourself. So hopefully you got a lot of value out of this. Again, if you want this article, shoot me a private message. I'll get it over to you. I'm going to go chill, watch a movie. I will see you guys tomorrow. Matter of fact, tomorrow's Facebook Live is I'm going to be talking about the Facebook formula and basically what you need to say on a Facebook Live, what you need to do for a title, so on and so forth, because a couple of people asked me about that, so I'm going to do that. Then next week, for the people in the inner circle, Coach Elsa and I are going to pull out some awesome training. We're going to bring the heat in that, so that's going to be really cool. I look forward to that. I love you. I love you. Jesus loves you. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. I'm on a mission to have no more empty refrigerators, make an extreme impact. Boy, I'm just tired. Make an extreme impact and be a legacy creator. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night. Bye-bye.